Thank you all for coming. We are here to discuss your thoughts on general education courses. For those of you who do not know the purpose of a general education course, it is to provide students with the knowledge, skills, and opportunities to be active, ethical, and productive citizens in a changing and diverse world. This is the definition Shenandoah has given, and we would like to know if you think they are accomplishing this. Everybody has an index card and a pen, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Please write on the index card your name, major, and year, and the JEDs you have taken or registered for. If you are unsure, there's a packet that has the list of all the JEDs in it if you need to look at them.
I'll take this one.
It's all chocolate. Where's the fruity stuff?
You know, little kid.
It's chocolate centered.
Okay. Out of the classes you have written down on your index card, what did you like about them? Whoever wants to go first. Don't be scared.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So we can get this done. Alright, I got math classes up here first.
Yeah.
I hate math, so I didn't like anything about them. My teachers were horrible for both. No, actually, Stewart's not that bad. I take that back. Stewart's not bad, but I can't say I liked anything. History, I like history because I like learning about stuff. I like seeing both sides of things. So history is just cool, and Professor Dinkler, she's pretty cool, so I like that. German was just easy, so I took German. But, I guess you could say that's why I liked it because it was easy. Yeah, the rest of them, yeah.
Okay, switching to a more positive note, I'll start with Art 200. I like art appreciation because my teacher gives a lot of extra credit. Even though I don't really need the extra credit, it's nice to know that she's looking out for our grades, trying to support us. I wish that kind of carried over into the rest of my classes because instead of giving extra credit, it's kind of a concept I never understood. They try to give you extra assignments, like by piling on a bunch of extra homework and tests at the end of the semester to boost your grade. But that really just stresses you out because then if you don't do good on them, they end up hurting your grade. So I don't understand why they would give more assignments that could have the opportunity to hurt you when they're trying to help you and they could just give extra credit, I never understood that concept. But all my teachers are nice. My criminal justice teacher, I liked him. Art appreciation, liked her. Math, even though I really hate math, I've always hated math. My teacher still made it bearable for the class, so I appreciated that. Biology is always going to be biology. There's nothing you can do about that. But I do appreciate my teacher this year a lot more than I do last year. So, yeah.
What do you got for two?
For myself, I'm not American, and English is not my first language. So I came from back home, and one of the classes that I took when the first time I got here, first semester I took ASL classes, 2 classes, and they really helped me a lot to improve my English, in order to be able to to take academic classes and higher level classes. So I appreciate that because I got a chance to study ASL classes. It was helpful.
I guess I'll go. I really enjoyed world religions because it actually opened up my eyes to different religions. Because when I came here, it was just pretty Christianity and Islam. But in that class, we touched on a whole bunch of stuff. Where Buddhism, I forgot, it was like Taoism. It was a whole bunch of stuff. But it was just eye opening, and it was cool to learn that there are different people out there in the world, and they believe in whatever they believe in, and takes me out of my bubble. That's the only class that I was interested in. All them classes were buns.
I'll go. I guess I'll go with a good note and a bad note. On a good note, Psychology 101. The teacher really connects with the students, and personally, I think she does a really good job with it. I like the subject of psychology, understanding people more. English, not so much. I did AP classes in high school, and none of those credits for English transferred over, so I still had to take it. And writing more essays on top of all your other classes is just kind of a pain, just having to do that extra work.
2 good notes. Psychology. My teacher gives us plenty of opportunities to succeed, and learning about the workings of the mind is really interesting. And then for criminal justice, my teacher, he looks out for us too. He gives us plenty of extra credit, and he makes sure that the homework isn't like too much for us any one night.
Public speaking, I actually really like because I could never talk before and now I actually can, so that was pretty good to learn. And then English, I don't really like the class too much, but the professor is pretty chill, so it makes the class bearable at least.
English 101, it sucks. I really hate that class a lot. And the only other one is like Psych 101. I like that class. It interests me. I like learning about like how the brain works and stuff like that. So.
Well, out of all my classes, I only like one, and it was the reason why I changed my major, which was Psych 101. That was pretty cool. The teacher was pretty cool too. Yeah.
Out of all my classes, stats I'd say would be the worst. I really don't just care for stats. And then public speaking in English, I like. It's fun. So yeah.
And do language?
I guess.
Fuck right, dude.
I got research papers. You should probably know.
Everybody go? Steven, you went right.
You go.
No, my classes, I would say my stats class did not like. I guess it was just because of the professor and the way he taught. My religion class, just like what Rich said, I liked it because it taught me just the different religions that I didn't know about, or the ones I did know about, I learned more from it. So, yeah, so.
Based on all of you guys just said, what do you think makes a good professor? For those that said they had a good professor, or for those that said they had a bad professor.
Just one that actually cares, and just one that doesn't turn his back the whole time while he's teaching. Like, I really, really don't like that. And teachers that actually try to translate in a better way to the students instead of just reading straight from the book, because I know half of the books that we read from is like speaking in another language and we don't understand it. So I would like that more.
Anybody else?
I think it's a professor that's able to connect with their students. To elaborate on that point, perfect example is my child psychology teacher. Not a gen ed, but I wish I had her as a teacher for all my classes, because she is able to engage with us kind of on like our own type of level. It's not so much as like a classroom element, but more like a friendship level. So that makes me actually want to come to her class, even though it's late in the evening and I don't really want to have class late in the evening. I still am looking forward to going to her class, because I'm like, oh, okay, it's Professor Shank. Like, I want to see her, you know? Go in the class. She sends out extra emails on top of that. So it makes it easy to, like, make sure you're on top of all your assignments and everything. I heard that pretty much. But other than that, yeah.
For myself, I told you guys I'm a international student, so I really like teachers who are understandable teachers who can understand like what the student needs, and sometimes we go through hard times that we can't get the work done, and we have a pressure on us to graduate from school because we traveled from different countries and we're away from home and family, different culture. Everything is different. So if it happens that we don't do the homeworks and I have a good excuse, I really like the teachers who understand the needs of a student, international students outside the school. Sometimes it's something that doesn't have to do with the school, but it really affects me. So I like teachers who understand the students, and I'm lucky enough to have most of all my teachers, they were understandable. So I was lucky.
To answer this question, I would have to say what I'm not looking for in a professor, and that's like the boring monotone professor. And like one prime example is my U.S. History 1 class. I mean, he's a cool dude, but Hofstra, he just sits there and he just talks for like an hour and 15 minutes. And then like I like the professor like to engage, like Cameron said, like reach out to the students while like you're teaching, like hey, like you got something to say, like talk to me while you're teaching me, and that helps me to learn, and it helps me to keep awake too, so I'm on my toes, because the teacher's going to call on everybody. So I would say that.
Anyone else?
Like when our teacher realizes what like bores and doesn't bore class, like our stats teacher, he always does trivia and facts when like you can tell all of us are like zoning out. So.
We just asked you.
Can she do this?
I got excited. My teacher sucks.
Alright, anybody else? Anything?
Yeah, one last
Um,
one last thing, if you don't mind.
okay.
Yeah, I think extra credits are very, very important in every class because sometimes you don't have you're too busy with something else or you miss one homework. You don't mean to, but you have to because we're human. We go through a lot of things. So I think extra credits are very important to every class. I didn't think so. And good professor should give extra credits.
Alright, out of those classes or any classes that you plan on taking, were any of them hard to register for?
All of them.
Yeah.
See, registration is just a pain in
Yeah,
general.
freshmen,
All
all of them.
Yeah. How did,
it was a fight.
I mean, was there any specific class that you had to like wait till
Art
you were like
appreciation.
in junior or senior to take because you couldn't get into it any other year?
It was kind of like all of them. You don't like.
Yeah.
I don't know how many professors I had to go to face just to ask them, hey, can you, or how many emails I had to say, hey, can you like, just slide me in there real quick.
God, I think you did.
Cut that out.
I was gonna say it too. I was gonna say
Cut
it
that
too.
out.
I tried, I really did.
Alright, how do you think Shenandoah can make this process better?
Open more sections.
You talking about register for classes?
Yeah,
More sections.
definitely.
Yeah.
Just for me personally, I know we're trying to get registered for this coming semester. Like just getting in contact with my advisor was horrible. Like, so in saying that, I feel like even if you do have your advisor, I feel like they should even have people like below them for registration time. So you got a half of school coming to one guy to try and figure out something. Like it's hard to, and then you end up registering for random classes just so you can get something that might not even be for what you need. So I think that was the hardest part for me personally, because I know I definitely signed up for some randoms this next semester because I couldn't find the time. Like every time I would go up there, he would have somebody in, or he only have office hours for 1 hour each day. So it was just really hard to really get in there, talk to him, and figure out exactly what I needed.
Can I say one last thing? So I think what makes Shenandoah special is they don't have really huge classes, they have smalls, so you can be engaged in the class. So I don't think having a bigger classes would be better. So I think opening new sections with the new different teachers is always better, because there are the classes that, to be honest with you, we don't like the teacher. For example, stat class. I had to take this class outside the school because I didn't like the professor and everyone hated the professor. So if they have opened a new section, yeah, if they have opened a new section with a different professor, then people would be able to have more than one choice.
Shit. I'm sorry for cussing.
What is it that you want to get out of gen eds?
I want to get out of them physically. Physically get out of them.
So you register for a gen ed. What are your expectations going into that gen ed?
For me, I think gen eds, like, I think they really should correlate around like the major that you take, because I feel like they really do make us take a lot of pointless classes, like classes not even. I mean, I understand, you still need your basic math, your English, just to survive in general, but for what I do, I know I'm not going to need stats or pre-calculus. Like, why are y'all making me take this class? Like, I just want to help people on the football field. Like that's it. Like, I don't need this. I'm never going to have to use stats on the field to take somebody up. Like, so I feel like they should help with that as well. Like, when you pick your major, they should have like the gen ed classes that correlate with your major, instead of just making you bounce around, throwing you into random classes. Because I know my grades would probably be a whole lot better if my classes that I took were actually something that I needed and were interested in. Hey man, I'm not really gonna pay attention in there. I don't even need it.
Yeah, touching on what Breland said, it's really frustrating and annoying taking a gen ed class knowing that you're never gonna use it again. Because I shadow, I do PT hours because I want to be a physical therapist. I do shadow PT hours under my local physical therapist back home. And I'm telling him my classes, and he's asking me about school, obviously, and he's like, well, biology, It's just a pain in the ass. Like that's just a class you have to get through. And I told I asked him, I was like, is there anything I have ever used or you're ever using biology for in the physical therapy office? Never in his life has he ever used biology for anything. And biology is the only course that I'm like in a low C right now. And it's just killing it right now. Like it's really frustrating to have to deal with that.
Okay, I'm sorry guys to say this, because I really think I like genetic classes, and I'm a big fan of them, because for myself, I'm gonna be here for 4 years, so I just don't want to learn about business. Okay, I want to focus on business, but I want to learn a little bit about other things. For example, I took science class, environmental study class, and I took other classes that I don't need in my major, but it's good to know a little bit about something, because one day you will have kids, they'll ask you, you can answer them, or you will go through something that you wished you've learned. So to myself, I really enjoy learning about history, religion, all the other classes, because it's for my own self. It's not for the school. I know it's not going to have my major, but it's going to develop me as a person more.
Right.
So I like the classes, I don't know.
Anybody else?
I like No, I think it's good what he said. I don't know. I think it's good what he said, honestly, because I think they should give you the choice on whether you want to like branch out to different things and then tell you like, because I'm exercise science, that's my major. So for exercise science or athletic training or whatever classes that I have to take that are revolving around the body and how to learn how it works, those should be the ones where they're like, all right, you need A, B, C, and D in this class. These other ones are optional for extra credits that you can do. Like I think that would be a lot better of a venue to go down.
Make it easier for them.
Yeah. I don't know if they can do that as a university or if that's just an educational thing in general.
Yeah.
They can have some options.
I'm gonna do shit that I want to do.
So
We need
going
swipes.
off of what Cam said, what do you feel that Shenandoah should do to change gen eds? Or how should they change gen eds?
Make things more optional.
Just like you said, just make it more optional for us. Like, it's literally just, they say college where you come to find out who you want to be. Well, like, literally give us that opportunity to find out what we really want to learn, what we think we should learn.
And not force.
Yeah. Because then you're going to get some F's out.
Then you basically just got hustled out of the whole money.
Kind of.
Right.
But it is true though, like really. It is true.
So is there anything else you guys feel that needs to be said about gen eds in general?
Maybe for like English classes, like you know how you write papers, maybe you can, they give you options of like topics, what to talk about, but I think if you can relate it to your major, you may be more interested if you write the paper instead of like, I have to get this done.
Yeah, that's like, because there's a difference between being interested in working and like getting through it.
Yeah.
Because for my exercise science class, that was like, it's like that class went by too fast because I actually like going to class. But then for biology, it's like, when is this crap gonna be over?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't care about cells. I don't care about plasmolysis or anything. It's like,
I
I
like
just,
that word. Plasmolysis.
exactly. Like, I just want to be out of there.
Sounds like a pain in the ass.
Anybody else?
Body classes, especially gen ed, like my core major classes, they've been more serious. But I know my gen ed classes, a lot of them, they just like took it so nonchalantly because they're just like, yeah, gen ed, all right. Just trying to kind of usher them in and out, That's pretty much it for me.
Anybody else?
Stop that, this camera.
Nope, the camera's over there.
He's right, because if you think of the school as an organization, then then we are the customer. The whole thing won't be existing without us. So they really think about customer satisfaction. So they, like he said, I think they should ask students more and take their opinion seriously. Because, I don't know, I have been here about 4 years, and I don't remember like getting anybody to ask us as a student doing surveys to do what we think is better for the school. I never had this. Maybe they done it. I wasn't like, I never seen it. I don't know if they done it.
So yeah, honestly, I didn't even know this is what we were coming here to do. But this is the first time I've ever even heard of anything like asking like what we actually think the school should do more for us. Oh, Austin's here. But this is the first time like, and this was my 3rd year here.
So you focus group again to see like how things change and if things need to improve after that. That would be cool if like this was a continuing thing.
I think it would be important to do like almost like a type of case study type thing, and like for example, like if you were to take into account what we said. Again, if that were to happen, again, I'm an exercise science major. There's nothing wrong with taking a criminal justice class. I like my criminal justice teacher and everything. Like he said, it is nice to branch out and get other knowledge. But if I could take just exercise science required classes that I know I'm going to use in my career choice, and then come back next year and talk to you about this again, guarantee more positive feedback.
Sure. I say, and then even still, like, and then let's just that cuts down school time too. Like, like if I'm just on my majors program list, why I gotta be here for 4 years? Like, I don't gotta take none of them extra gen ed classes for them semesters. So it's just a lot to it, I think.
They want you to be here for 4 years so you can get them more.
True. Yeah, you got a point. You got a point.
Graduate unless you get this amount of credits. Sorry.
Bring your hand back.
Anything else that you feel that needs to be said?
Nah, I think we hit everything on the nose.
I think everybody said some pretty good stuff too. I like this. This was good.
Yeah. Well, I thank you guys for coming out and helping us with our project and voicing your opinions. Hopefully, this go to somebody that can help you guys out with your concerns and problems, and hopefully it could better the system for the incoming classes that are coming to Shenandoah.
My kids.
Yeah.
I'm like 20 years down the road.
I'm about to say that's a long time.
Well,
Hey, hey, hey.
Facilitator, hey.